My name is Army Captain Joseph Caley. In 2009, I was injured in Iraq while attempting to save a civilian during an IED explosion. This resulted in tinnitus, TBI, PTSD, and the eventual amputation of my lower left leg. Sitting next to me is my lovely wife, Mary Caley. We met in 1999 in Seattle, Washington at a Hooters restaurant, and she was there with her cousin who was dating a friend of mine, and he thought that Mary and I should meet.
I'd been out on a few dates and I was like, I'm not impressed with the cars and the money and all. I'm like, I just want somebody that's down to earth. And he's like, I have the guy for you.
It took me about 30 minutes to work up the nerve to actually go up and talk to her.
First impression was like, is he ever gonna say anything?
First thing I told her, I said, woman, you look finer than a new set of tractor tires.
I don't think I've laughed that hard at something a date has ever said.
Yeah, that was my pickup line. That was the best thing I had that night. That was my heater, and it worked. 23 years later, here we are, married with 2 kids. I grew up an Army brat, so being raised on different military bases. My father was a signal officer in the Army. He retired as a lieutenant colonel. Obviously, most young boys always look up to their fathers. You know, that's your hero, that's your Superman, and the military just seemed like a natural fit for me. September 18, 2009, my platoon and I were leaving a base called Kalsu. The first initial explosion went off. I remember exiting the vehicle, even though throughout all the training that we do prior to deploying, they always say never get out of the truck, right? The truck is your safety, the truck is your armor. Someone had to run out there and go tend to these injured civilians. And as I was making my way to that truck to open the door and pull out this elderly gentleman, as soon as I just got him out, that's when the second device goes off, and that's all I really remember. 11:30 that night, I was medevac to Landstuhl, Germany.
I had no passport. I had, a baby. So I had to wait until they sent him to Fort Gordon in Georgia. He made it there that morning. I was there by midnight that night, and I just stayed.
Since the years of my injury, it seemed like every couple of years I was going through a foot or ankle lower leg surgery. Fall of 2019, my ankle was just so much pain and just aching, and I ended up calling the amputee coordinator at Walter Reed and saying, hey, you know what, I think I got to that point where I know this is not working for me. I remember coming home from Walter Reed the first time, and I was in crutches, and my wheelchair didn't even fit through the bathroom doors or any of our doors.
The house we live in now, it's really just, it's not feasible.
Getting in and out of the bathtub, it's like having to roll in, roll out.
You go from being a partner to somebody to being a caregiver, to where you have to, you assume a lot of responsibility in taking care of them.
Steps to navigate, stairs to climb, narrow doorways. I've never been able to carry my son to bed, because it's upstairs and on steps. That's something that a dad should be able to do. Our friend, Kristen, lo and behold, her next door neighbor was a home builder that has built homes for our troops there in the San Antonio area. And he started showing me pictures of these homes, and I was like, who thought of this? I said, because they actually did their homework. And an eye-opening experience, knowing that, there are such homes out there like that.
The first thing that goes through your mind, I'm like, okay, this is too good to be true. To have an opportunity to have a house that he'll be able to get around easily in, it's just amazing. There will be no thresholds that will catch anything. He cooks as well as I do, but he can't do it now because our kitchen is like galley style. It's not very big. He can't maneuver very well in there.
To be able to rebuild a life, around a home where I can actually live in it, help raise my family in it, be a husband in it. I look forward to actually being able to do that.
It allows him a little more freedom, and it also gives me a little more freedom too, to let him assume the actual parental role and the equal partner role that we signed on for initially.
Homes for Our Troops is a life-changing experience. It's given me an opportunity to live my life in a home that is more adapted to the needs that I need now. To all the donors and supporters, I say thank you.
I don't think they realize the impact Like, really and truly, the amount of impact you have on another person's life. Thank you.